The weekend there who made quite the splash at the Super Bowl, that was Save Your Tears. It is Country Viewpoint here on Flow FM. About as far removed from the Super Bowl as you can get is Bob Day. He is a former senator for federally, I should say, for Family First, and he's back, making a comeback into politics after 4 years, I guess you could say, in the wilderness, so to speak, since 2016. But Bob, back with the Australian Family Party, and it's great to have you on the program today. Bob, why have you decided to come back and make a political comeback?
Well, I guess I just couldn't sit back and watch these politicians and public sector bureaucrats and regulators ruin the country and ruin people's lives. I suppose in some ways it started back in 2016 when the Liberals and the Nationals Party teamed up with the Greens to get rid of minor parties and to give the Greens the balance of power in the Senate. They changed the Senate voting laws so that it made it much, much harder for minor parties and independents to get elected, but much easier for the Greens. Why they did that, I don't know. When I was elected in 2013, that was the same time that Tony Abbott won the election on the basis of, stopping the boats and getting rid of the carbon tax and getting rid of the mining tax. And it was the minor parties and independents who, in the Senate, supported for him to be able to honour his election promise. As it happened, the Greens opposed all those things. Myself, David Leyonhjelm, who was a Liberal Democrat, and a couple of others, supported the government. And then, blow me down, after they'd got their legislation through, they then teamed up with the Greens, the very party who had opposed their stuff, to get rid of the ones who had supported them. So that upset me a little bit about the nature of politics, less freedom and economic freedom, and we can't rely on politicians and bureaucrats to protect us. There's only one institution which really can combat the lawlessness of the digital jungle and predators, and that's the family. The family is the best place to learn who to trust, who not to trust, who to communicate with.
Bob Day, the Federal Director of the Australian Family Party, joining us here on Country Viewpoint today. And let's talk about, first of all, the new party and the name. Family First is, I guess, a link to non-radical conservatism that we haven't seen in the States since Family First disappeared. Is this a direct attempt at rebuilding that?
Yes, it is. It's basically, the Australian Family Party is basically Family First 2.0,
Yep.
as they say. It's re-establishing Family First. There's similar policies, similar structure. I was very sad when after I left, that the party just folded and sort of folded into the Australian Conservatives, which I think most people, including the Australian Conservatives themselves, recognise that was probably a mistake. They should have retained Family First. I said, look, this is a lot bigger than me. It's bigger than one person. It's a movement. It's an idea that people gravitate towards. The idea of a family-focused, family-based party had traction. But for reasons that were out of my hands, they decided to dissolve it and just run with the Australian Conservatives. But anyway, look, I've re-established it along similar lines. We've got a website with all our policies are there, all the everything that a person needs to know, latest news. We're across all the latest activities, both in state and federal scene.
The political comeback story of Bob Day here on Country Viewpoint, and we'll leave that interview there for now. If you want to hear the full interview, then keep tabs on our website, flownews24.com.au, and our social media channels as well, where we'll get that up later on. So keep tabs on that and you'll be able to hear the full interview there with Bob Day today. It is Country Viewpoint on Flow FM.